guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? What is up? Today I'm going to be doing the 50 rapid fire questions book tag. Boom. Hopefully I'll get through these quickly. Yeah, because I'm really good at just talking about things that nobody cares about, but I'm gonna do my best. And honestly, without further ado, let's just get into the questions. Question number 1, hardback or paperback? Okay, 2 years ago I would have said hardback, but now definitely paperback. I love how hardbacks look in bookshelves, but like they're so annoying to read. So yeah, paperback. Number 2, dust jacket off or on? Off, definitely. Number 3, secondhand or new copies? I like secondhand better if I can find it. It's like more, I don't know, romantic in some way. Audiobooks or not? I've never tried listening to an audiobook, but I've always wanted to. I'm really curious about it. I'm not one of those people that say that listening to audiobooks is not reading. I don't think that makes sense. So yeah, totally. I haven't tried it, but I would love to. Do you cover buy? I don't think I've ever done this before because I put a lot of thinking into buying books because I can't really spend money on things that I'm not sure if I want to get or not. So I don't really I don't do that cover buying thing. I think I've done it like once and like it was a really long time ago, so no. What's a good book with a bad cover? Honestly, many books are good and don't have like very good covers. Like I hate this cover. Like this is a good book, but like I don't like this cover. Yeah. What's a bad book with a good cover? This one. I always liked this cover, but I don't like this book. I struggle to get through it. I don't like Lauren Oliver's writing, to be honest. It's boring to me, but I always thought it was a cool cover, you know? Sad. So yeah, what's a bad book with a good cover? Panic. First book you ever read? With my own eyes, like when I learned how to read, I guess it was this one. This is in Spanish, but I'm pretty sure it's a translation. So the original, The Smallest Girl Ever by Sally Gardner. My parents used to read me a lot of stories every single night, like fairy tales and stuff. But the first book I ever read with my own eyes, like on my own, was this one. And I loved it. Okay, last book you finished. I forgot. Oh no. What was the last book I finished? Ninth House by Lee Verdugo. Last series you finished? This one. I finished it like in March. I haven't read any series ever since, so yeah. Last book you bought? Loveless by Alice Oseman. I have it on my Kindle, so I'm too lazy to go and show it to you because it's an ebook, like not that exciting to see. Okay. What's your favorite genre? Fantasy. Also, magical realism is kind of cool. Yeah. What's your favorite book in that genre? So, I don't know. It's too hard. The Gilded Wolves by Roshani Chokshi. Six of Crows by Lee Verdugo. Throne of Glass. Yeah, that's it. What genre do you never reach for? I'm bored of dystopian, so yeah. Oh, historical fiction. I cannot. I simply cannot. Like, I just cannot read a historical fiction book. But The Gilded Wolves is a bit historical, but it's fantasy. You know, it's different. Do you read poetry? I do, but I wouldn't say I'm like a poetry reader. Like, I've read a couple of poetry books. I'm not a poetry reader, like a poetry stan. I do enjoy it, but yeah. Popular science. Not really. Middle grade. Yes. I do have a lot of middle grade books and I really enjoy middle grade books. Do you have book box subscriptions? I don't have subscriptions because I can't pay for them. So, what's your favorite bookish item? Does this count as bookish item? Because I really like this. I think if this counts as a bookish item, I know it's not useful for reading, but like, it's a person reading a book in the toilet. This is definitely my favorite bookish item. What's your current bookmark? I'm currently reading Loveless on my Kindle, so I don't have any bookmarks right now. What's the strangest object you've used as a bookmark? My phone, I think. Yeah. Book jackets or not? Nah. Who's your fictional boyfriend? Wow. Such a straight question. Favorite book couple? Probably like Kaz and Inej, although they're not like exactly a couple. Fangirl. I was gonna say Fangirl. Catherine and Levi are cute. Alex and Henry are cool as well. I love romance while reading, but I tend to forget how good it is when I, finish the book. It's like I look at this and I'm like, was there any romance here? Like I totally forget, but in the moment when I'm reading it, I really enjoy it. But yeah. Favorite book villain? The Humdrum. Do you remember The Humdrum? Did you read Carry On? I really like this villain because it wasn't really a villain. It was like the main character's shadow. It was cool. I don't know. I like that. That's my answer. Okay. Favorite book adventure? Like an adventure I had, or I don't know. I don't tend to have book adventures. I once fell down because I was reading while walking, but that's not really an adventure. Series, trilogies, or standalones? Years ago I would have said trilogies, but I think I like standalones quite a lot lately. They fill me, it's like standalones are just like a little balloon of happiness, and when it ends, you still feel that happiness. There's not like any other book that could ruin that. If a standalone doesn't reach perfection, it's fine, you forget about it easily, but if a standalone is perfect, there's no other following book that could ruin that, and I like that. Although I enjoy series, I think standalones are amazing. And they're hard to write because you have to put the entire thing into one book, and that's like hard. I don't know. Mixed media books or paragraphs? Paragraphs. What's your favorite book adaptation? Call Me By Your Name by Andrea Asselman and Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. The adaptation by Greta Gerwig and Luca Guadagnino. Favorite book world? I would say Harry Potter. Like being in Hogwarts would be truly the coolest thing ever, but that is controversial and my head is not agreeing with that. I'm having trouble saying I want to go to Hogwarts because it's not the same anymore. I know! Watford from Carry On. I skipped a question. What book needs an adaptation? Boy. I would love to see an adaptation for The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, but I'd also hate it because I get so nervous that they mess it up. No adaptation can truly replace our mental version of this book. It's hard to make an adaptation on this book because it's a really good series in my opinion. It'd be tricky. Favorite writing style? I think I like first person more than third person. Yeah, that's kind of an unpopular opinion I've been realizing lately, but I do really enjoy first person. I don't mind the time tense, like past tense, present tense. I don't mind that. I like both. What's a book that you love that people don't know about? And that would be literally any book in Spanish that Putas Asesinas, which would be Murderous Whores maybe? Something like that by Roberto Bolaño. It's a book in Spanish. It's so good and it should be read more by English readers because Spanish books are so good. In the booktube community, we only talk about books in English most of the time. And it's bro, we got more books than books in English, thank you. Wolf Brother by Michelle Paver. I read this in middle school. One of the best books I've ever read. It's a middle grade book that takes place in prehistory. And this book's also in Spanish, but the translation would be Hema means home in Icelandic. I've talked about this book since I started this channel. And it is so good. It's changed my life, honestly. I wouldn't be the person I am today without this book. I mean it, yeah. What's a popular book that you hated? To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Goodbye. Favorite childhood reads? I'm gonna just list them because if not, these are fast questions. These are not turning out fast. So, Narnia, The Smallest Girl in the World, The Jungle Book, Wolf Brother. These are my favorite childhood reads. What's a book that changed your life? I already said this one changed my life, but I have others that have changed my life, of course. Amuleto by Roberto Bolaño, which would be amulet in English, because it introduced me to a new way of writing, and that really changed the way I wrote myself. So yeah. And the other one would be Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. Big fan. What book did you hate at school? I don't know. I don't remember. Can we talk about something else? Do you buy to collect? Kinda. I mean, I hate to say it, but I love collecting books. I mean, of course I buy to read the books, and I only buy books that I think I'm gonna like, but I love collecting books as well, so like both, I guess. Do you donate books? I have never done it because I don't have like that many books. Like I read, not these. I could donate these, but yeah, I could. I don't think I've ever done that. Like most of the books I have are from family members that gave them to me. I mostly read and reread many of the books I own, so like I haven't thought about giving any book up, but I guess in the future I will donate books when I don't have the space for them anymore or stuff like that. What's your favorite reading snack? Depends on where I'm reading. Like if I'm sitting on a table, then I like to eat cereal because I can like open the book and eat cereal with my other hand. But if I'm on my bed, then I don't know. A sandwich? What's your favorite reading position? I guess sitting down, because when I'm lying down on my bed, it's really uncomfortable to read. Like your arms get tired. So I guess like sitting down and looking down at the book, so boring, but like it's the most comfortable one, I guess. Natural light or lamp light? I don't care. Outside or inside? Inside, because outside is really distracting because of all the insects and like laying on the grass and like it's itchy, and no, I don't like being outside. Breaking the cover or keeping it smooth? Depends. Really depends. On a book like this one, totally breaking the cover. But like with a book like this one, I don't want it breaking down or looking ragged. Do you read in other languages? Well, yes, in Spanish. That's my first language. So I guess the other languages would be English. What book series do you want to finish this year? It's a graphic novel series, but it still counts, and that is Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. This is volume 2, and I really want to finish this because I like this a lot. What book release are you most excited about right now? The Silvered Serpents by Roshani Chokshi. That's the Go to Wolves sequel. Do you have a favorite book influencer? Yes, like all the booktubers I talked about in my previous video. If you haven't watched it, go. I'll link it down below. I talk about my favorite YouTubers, including BookTube, and yeah, I say everything in there. So, do you have a channel, blog, or social media feed? Yes, I do. You are watching my video right now. And I also have a Bookstagram. It's always linked down below, and a book Twitter that is also linked down below. So yeah, those are all the questions. We did it. That was not fast, rapid fire questions. Those were slow, let me think about it questions, but it's fine. We're fine. Thank you for joining me in this rapid fire questions book tag. I post videos every Monday, in case you were wondering. So yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.